resistance to sanctuary cities may be gaining momentum now by using the courts to assert the rule of law. One America's John Hines has more from Washington.
A Washington-based public interest law firm has filed what it calls the first substantial lawsuit against a sanctuary city, in this case East Chicago, Indiana, with the goal of setting legal precedent and sending a message to other sanctuary communities.
Indiana is significant because it's the first real, serious lawsuit against a sanctuary city. There have been some lawsuits that were dismissed because the plaintiffs didn't have standing. That's kind of what I mean by serious. I mean, it sounds very reasonable that someone who's a victim of crime committed by an illegal alien released because of sanctuary policies should be able to sue.
But it's not. In fact, it's very difficult under the legal doctrines at control in these cases, says Christopher Hayek of the Immigration Reform Law Institute, which has brought this suit against East Chicago, Indiana.
We chose East Chicago. We chose it because we think it will help set a national precedent. It's a precedent from the Supreme Court, ideally, that held that you cannot deliberately interfere with a federal program. And we think it'll send a national message that will be heard.
A message that an ordinance like East Chicago's, which blocks federal officers from entering local jails to assume custody of criminal aliens, is a violation of the Supremacy Clause of the Constitution. The ordinance also requires police to avoid arresting crime suspects who might get deported, which all creates a legal problem for ICE agents, says Hayek.
The East Chicago jail is not supposed to let him in. And what if he still tries to get in? Do they arrest him?
The ICE agent.
Yes. And the fact that the law would seem to authorize them to do that shows that it conflicts with the Supremacy Clause. You're not supposed to be arresting federal officers in pursuance of their duties under federal law.
Hayek says they also chose the East Chicago case because it appears winnable, especially since the state of Indiana has joined in the lawsuit. John Hines, One America News, Washington.